Hi, I'm Felix and this is my design project for 2E04. So in this design project, what I had to do was I had to create a circuit that displays my student number on a 7-segment display by cycling through each number. So to do this, first I had to do an analytical part where I had to do a phase transition diagram and K-map. And this is so that I would actually know how to wire up my circuit. And then after that, I built my circuit in Multisim. And after I built it in Multisim, it would be easier for me to build it in real life. So for the analytical part of my design project, first I made a phase transition diagram. And what this does is it tells you all of the J and K inputs that you need to get from the current state to the next state. And I did this for every single digit in my student number. And I also had counters in case the same digit popped up twice or even 3 times, so that even if it was the same digit, it wouldn't be the same state. And then after this, I could K-map everything and get the inputs that I needed. So first for the K-mapping, I tried the product of sums implementation for everything because there were a lot of zeros and not a lot of ones, so I thought this would make it easier. So for the most part, it was pretty nice. Most things didn't require a lot of gates, except for J2, J3, actually not J3, J4, and J1. So for those specific inputs, what I tried to do after was I tried to get a sum of products implementation as well to see if it would be shorter. So unfortunately, the only one that was shorter was the J2 input for the sum of products implementation. So for J2, I used this implementation instead of the product of sums. And then another optimization I made was that this term, not C4 and not Q3, popped up twice. So instead of needing 2 gates for that, I only need 1. Using all of the work that I did in the analytical section, I was able to produce this awesome simulation of my circuit in Multisim. So for the Multisim circuit, I also hooked up a logic analyzer to it so that I could get a timing diagram for my circuit. So here is my circuit cycling through my student number. So I preset Q2 so that it starts at a 4. And that's my entire student number. So for the physical build of my circuit, I basically did everything the same as Multisim, but in real life. I mean, there were a couple differences, but for the most part, it was quite similar. I think one of the biggest differences would be the clock. The clock in real life needed a transistor at the Hantek, and it was a lot more complicated than the clock in Multisim. Also, to help with debugging, I added LEDs to my circuit that represent each output of each flip-flop, as well as 2 for the counters as well. And this allowed me to see exactly where I went wrong in my circuit. And then, so here's my Multisim circuit, my real-life circuit flashing my student number. So, in conclusion, I had a lot of fun this term with this course. It was really hard, especially at the start, adjusting to it, but I think it was a really good experience, so thank you.